40 for Raidable Crest Titans.
Welcome to Special Stage and welcome to the opening round of the 2019 Jordan Road Surfacing BTRDA Rally Championship. The Cambrian Rally always attracts a high-profile entry due to the iconic nature of these stages, which of course are used in the WRC among plenty of other events. Our reigning champion though, Matt Edwards, is not back to defend his title, but there are a host of other former champions out here to do battle, not least our 2016 and 17 title holders Charlie Payne and Stephen Petch. There was a fantastic opening ceremony in the town centre in Llandudno, very spectacular. But of course, it's out here on the stages that the action gets underway. So let's join that action now. Let's go rallying in the BTRDA for 2019. So our 2017 champion Stephen Petch leads the championship cruise away here at the opening round. His sights set on getting that title back this year. Charlie Payne had some problems on a pre-season test, but hopefully things were sorted, ready for a big push here at the opening round. So 3 of our previous champions top the start list here this weekend. Ewan Thorburn back out in the championship in a newly acquired X-Works Focus World Rally car, while Niall Henry brings a DS3 R5 over from Ireland to challenge our champions in 2019. The NR4 class was always a close fight in the BTRDA, and this weekend would be no different. Pat Naylor and Ian Lawrence taking advantage this time round with an 8-second lead in the class after the opening loop of stages. Their long-time rivals in the class, Russ Thompson and Andy Murphy, would be second place at this stage. Russ not feeling too great himself in the car this weekend, so it will be taking a lot of effort to stay on the pace. For Scott Faulkner and Gareth Parry, will be third in the NR4 class. A little way back from the fight up ahead, but happy in that position. Those issues for Sykes also playing into the hands of Scott Faulkner and Gareth Parry too. They take 8th place overall at the end of the rally, remaining in that 3rd place in the NR4 class as well. For Russ Thompson and Andy Murphy, things didn't really get any better. They salvage a good result though out of the day, with 2nd in the class, 7th overall. A few moments along the way, it would be the NR4 victory for Pat Naylor and Ian Lawrence. The best way to start their season, finishing just outside the podium places overall with 4th. 2018 saw the unfortunate cancellation of the Malcolm Wilson rally, and this year the snow was back. Thankfully though, not enough to cancel the event, but it was going to provide a bit of a challenge for the crews. Winner at round 1, the Cambrian Ewan Thorburn leads the crews away. Stephen Petch next on the road and looking to put some points on the board after a disappointing round 1 non-finish. And Russ Thompson and Andy Murphy would end the morning sitting 2nd place in the NR4 class. A little uncharacteristically for the pair, but they were still going well with 7th place overall, just 17 seconds off that class lead. It would, however, be no fight back for Pat Naylor and Ian Lawrence, the pair ending their rally in stage 2. Things weren't exactly going to plan for Russ Thompson and Andy Murphy either. They end the rally well down on the results in 30th overall. Luckily for them, they'd still managed 2nd remarkably in the NR4 class with that result. Scott Faulkner and Gareth Parry meanwhile dropped down the leaderboard slightly in the afternoon. They do, however, take the NR4 victory this weekend and finish the event in 5th overall. Welcome to Special Stage and welcome to round 3 of the 2019 Jordan Road Surfacing BTRDA Rally Championship. And so far this season, on the first 2 rounds, you have to say the man in control of this title fight is Ewan Thorburn, and he's back again, and I've never seen him with such strong resolve, even when they won the title, he and Paul Beaton, back in 2013. A whole host of other drivers looking to take the top spot and try and change that trajectory here at round 3 though, not least Stephen Petch, who's had a ridiculously bad start to this title hunt, retiring at round 1 with mechanical problems with the diff on the car and in a ditch at round 2. So the fight is well and truly on, and we're here in Sweet Lamb for a very different looking Rally Nuts stages in mid Wales. In the NR4 class, it would be the early lead for Scott Faulkner and Gareth Parry. The times as close as ever. They were pushing hard as well, thankfully just enough to be ahead going into the midday service. Those times and that slim advantage, though, wouldn't allow for any mistakes at all. Just 3 seconds between Faulkner and Pat Naylor and Ian Lawrence. The pair second in the class at this stage, rounding out the top 10 leaderboard as well at this stage in the rally. No change, though, in the NR4 class. Pat Naylor and Ian Lawrence unable to get any time back on the class leaders through the afternoon, forced to take second place in class this weekend. And talking of victories, it would be the NR4 class win this weekend for Scott Faulkner and Gareth Parry. Hard fought as well. They'd given it everything they had. They managed to take that win at the end of the rally by just 5 seconds, showing just how close it is in the BTRDA and particularly in the NR4 class this season.
NR40 for Raidable Crest Titans.
The Plains Rally, organised by Knutsford and District Motor Club, marks the midpoint on the Jordan Road Surfacing BTRDA Rally Championship calendar. It will be a third place to start the day for Scott Faulkner and Gareth Parry. A great start for the pair as well, as they lead the way in the NR4 class as well on a charge. For Pat Naylor and Ian Lawrence, it will be second in NR4. The Evo pair a little way off the class lead, but still nevertheless enjoying that fight this weekend. And they were still holding off a charge from Russ Thompson and Andy Murphy. The gap between the pair, uncharacteristically 29 seconds at this stage. Not the close battle that we were used to in the class. Celebration as Pat Naylor and Ian Lawrence, desperate to hold on to that second place in the NR4 class, drop back to third in the class through the afternoon. Still a good, strong overall finish of 6th. For Russ Thompson and Andy Murphy, it would be a great comeback to take second in the NR4 class. Damage limitation on the rally then, but some good points to add to that season haul so far. But taking class victory this weekend would be Scott Faulkner and Gareth Parry. That top step on the class podium, as well as the third place on the podium overall, putting them second in the Gold Star Championship after this round. So confirmation then of the final results at the end of the Plains Rally for 2019. Welcome to Special Stage and welcome to the beautiful town of Builth Wells for the 5th round of the Jordan Road Surfacing BTRDA Rally Championship. It's the Nicky Grist stages, and so far there have been a whole host of titles all heading to this round looking to be sewn up, not least the Gold Star. Ewan Thorburn leading the way there after being utterly dominant this season in that Ford Focus WRC. Can he make it a clean sweep right through to round 5 and take the title with 2 rounds left to go? Let's find out. There's all the action on the stages for you from Special Stage right now. It will be a strong start to the day though for Pat Naylor and Ian Lawrence, as well as leading the way in the NR4 class. The pair also round out our podium places in the Gold Star overall in that Evo. And just behind, back to the NR4 class though, and it will be second place for Russ Thompson and Andy Murphy. There were only 7 seconds between them and Naylor for the class lead too, showing just how tight this overall leaderboard was, because they're not next to each other on the road, are they? And third in that class were Scott Faulkner and Gareth Parry. The pair, of course, doing well in the Gold Star Championship overall as well so far this season as far as the standings are concerned. Overall. Sadly, we'd lose Scott Faulkner and Gareth Parry, the diff on the Evo breaking soon into the second half of the rally. There's no change in the NR4 class though for Russ Thompson and Andy Murphy. A good end for the pair, even if they do have to take second in class this weekend. But that, of course, means that the fight in that class had gone the way of this man, Pat Naylor, Ian Lawrence alongside. The pair always going well here, and this weekend, no different, ending the rally just outside the podium positions and with the NR4 class victory. Here we are then, the Woodpecker stages marking the penultimate round of the Jordan Road Surfacing BTRDA Rally Series. And with the Gold Star Championship, of course, already sewn up by the hard-charging Ewan Thorburn on the previous round, it would be a fight for those other places over the final rounds of this exciting championship. Pat Naylor and Ian Lawrence start the day with the lead of the NR4 class. Always good to get the advantage in that close Group N battle, and it was clear that they were trying their hardest to ensure that they kept hold of it. Meanwhile, on the coattails of Naylor and Lawrence in the NR4 class at this stage will be Russ Thompson and Andy Murphy. Second place at the moment in that class battle. They had 9 seconds to find if they wanted to take the lead, though, in that class. So it would be all out in the afternoon. And third in the NR4 class would be Scott Faulkner and Gareth Parry. Only a single second back from Joel on the overall results in that Cosworth, and importantly, only 3 seconds back from Thompson in the class. There'd be no change in the class, though, for Scott Faulkner and Gareth Parry. Third in the NR4 class was still a solid place to end the rally, putting them a single point behind the class lead overall in the series with 1 round to go. There would be no catching the leaders in the NR4 class, though. Hard fought as always, but that means it's second place for Russ Thompson and Andy Murphy. A good end to the rally, of course, but not that class win that they're always out here hunting for. So that, of course, means that it is happy hunting and that victory in the class for Pat Naylor and Ian Lawrence here on the Woodpecker stages. Their points from this round not only put them in the lead of the class in the championship, but also second in the Gold Star results going into the final round. The Gold Star here on the Woodpecker stages, the penultimate round of the Jordan Road Surfacing BTRDA Rally Series. It's all eyes now on the final round in Yorkshire. The gloves are off and it's down to the wire for many classes. Welcome to Special Stage and welcome to a now very sunny Langdale Forest in North Yorkshire for the Track Rod Rally. It's the final round of the Jordan Road Surfacing BTRDA Rally Championship, and before the cars have even hit the first stage of the day, we've had every bit of weather that a Yorkshire forest could possibly throw at us. So not only will there be drama on the stages today, because although the overall championship has been sewn up, second and third in all the categories is yet to be sewn up, and that will happen right here in Yorkshire. So let's get out on those stages. In the NR4 class fight, it would be Scott Faulkner and Gareth Parry leading the way at the early stage. The pair opening up an advantage in the class, one that they'd need as well to finish off the season in style. Back then to the NR4 class fight, and just looking over the spoiler of that Escort, they could see Scott Faulkner in their sights. Pat Naylor and Ian Lawrence. Frustratingly for them, things wouldn't be going to plan. A drive shaft braking in the second stage of the day was bad enough, but worse was still to come. The front diff would break soon after, ending their rally and their season. It was Scott Faulkner and Gareth Parry taking the win in the NR4 class. They did exactly what they came here to do for the championship, taking the Production Cup title for 2019 with this result.